Hola, it's Matthew here, back with our monthly roundup of the local facts, figures and news in the local property market. As ever, we'll run through some facts and figures of what's been happening with prices in the area and the stock levels, and then we'll look at some news items affecting you, local homeowners in the area. First off, let's start off with some of the numbers and the facts. Starting over in Lecrin Valley this month, there were a total of 186 properties available for sale, which is around a 30% reduction year on year. The average asking price was €138,000, which is only around 5% different from last year. And the average price per square metre, €931, which is around about the same. Moving on to Lanjaron, there were 84 properties available for sale in Lanjaron last month, with an average price of just over €100,000 or €832 per square metre. This is around a 10% down on stock from last year. A very strange 39% down on the average price, but no surprise when you consider the problems with average prices, and we'll look at that in a moment. In Orgiva, there were 81 properties available for sale, which is a slight increase over last year. An average asking price of €240,000, again around 5% up on last year. An average square metre price of €1,283, around about the same. Looking at Velez De Benaudalla, there were 69 properties available for sale, with an average asking price of €175,000 or €1,219 per square metre. Again, similar pricing and stock levels to last year. On average, stock levels are fluctuating across the board in the whole area. Average prices have continued to follow this trend across the area. Of course, average prices always fluctuate where stock levels are lower, but the main issue that continues really is stale stock in the market. It's always a reason to get a professional valuation and not rely on averages, especially when it comes to square metre prices. These are always highly inaccurate. The slow mover is a term used in many mature markets to indicate when a property has become stale to the market. And buyers will be put off by this. They will consider that there must be something wrong with it, or that they've seen it hanging around over the kind of 6 to 12 months that people often take when they're researching a move to a foreign country. In Northern European markets, this slow mover tag is applied to properties who have been on the market as little as 12 weeks. So be sure you're very aware of this when it comes to marketing your property and knowing how to take this into account properly. It should be definitely be part of your overall marketing plan to allow for this and to know how this is going to impact your marketing if your property is particularly suitable to foreign buyers. If you'd like to know more about that, don't hesitate to get in touch and we can explain that in a lot more detail. Summer interest is now peaking, with viewing tours booked up for weeks in advance as many people start to take their summer vacations in the Northern Hemisphere, and this gives people plenty of time to come and view properties. However, be wary of the tourist viewer. Often, people who want to view at very short notice don't yet have their NIE numbers, aren't yet decided on an area that they want to live in, may have a spare day of their holidays and just want to have a nose or get a feel for your property. Well, be sure that those viewers have been fully qualified to save you the time and effort of cleaning up, tidying up, preparing your property for a viewing, only to find out that they're not actually genuine buyers in the market. A clear indication of this is a sudden radio silence from your agent after a viewing has happened. If they're not giving you any feedback at all on what the buyers thought of your property, be it positive or negative, probably means the agent hasn't bothered to follow it up and probably knows that they're actually just a tourist viewer. So do look out for those and don't waste your time having to prepare your property for those viewers. In the property news, well, let's start with holiday lets, holiday rentals being banned. This is taking the market by a storm. The holiday rental market has been left in an absolute state of shock this month as the dominoes have started to fall on the holiday rental market. It started with Malaga, Sevilla, and now Granada has followed suit. The cessation of holiday rental licenses. In Barcelona, it's been announced that all holiday rentals will be banned from 2028. How will this flow down to other municipalities? Well, we will have to see. But for now, it is a wait and see. Locally, we've already seen, as I've mentioned, in Granada, the cessation of all applications for new holiday rental licenses. This is having a big impact with buyers because buyers in the market are no longer risking buying properties without a holiday license if they are in that market. But as has happened in Barcelona, these are being revoked. So we'll keep you up to date on what's happening. Do check out our YouTube channel for the full-length videos on this. There's also been a big clampdown on illegal rentals, with fines now up to 100,000 euros being levied for people renting without a tourist license. And in fact, the Junta are employing new teams specifically to look for these people and find them. So if you've got an illegal property rental you're doing on Facebook or places, any social media places, and you're not putting your tourist license on there, be ready for an inspection. Look out, if it is you, you could be facing a fine of 100,000 euros. This will be easy money for the Junta, so I don't think they're going to waste much time trying to fine you. Golden visas update. We did speak in a previous month about the impending abolition of the golden visa, and whilst moves are still afoot to ban the golden visa in Spain, this is the visa where you can obtain residency with some great tax benefits if you invest 500,000 euros in Spanish property. This will take some time to come through the legislative process, and there's been a massive increase in applications for people looking to apply for the golden visa, hence a very strong demand for higher end properties in the local area. As we get closer to the deadline, it's likely that you've already missed that opportunity to apply for a new golden visa, but there is a breath of fresh air. You can include properties that you may have owned in Spain up to 10 years ago. These can be included. It's not just buying a new property. And so if you think a golden visa is going to be right for you, don't hesitate to get in touch and we can update you on your personal circumstances. If you've got a property for sale that's in the 300 to 500,000 mark in the local area, there's a huge demand for those at the moment. So get in touch if that's something we can help you with. Have you had a mortgage in Spain? If so, you could be due compensation. The mis-selling scandal around mortgages by Spanish banks has continued its momentum this month, with some homeowners receiving nearly 50,000 euros in compensation. This revolves around hidden clauses that pinned the lowest tier of flexible rate mortgages. Between 2011 and 2021, the euro rate was hovering between 0 and 1%. And whilst these dodgy clauses put a floor of around 3.5%, meaning customers are being charged much more than they should have been. The courts have made rulings that this was unfair and have awarded compensation, even for people who have paid off their mortgages already. However, banks are not currently making this a generic offer to all customers, so each case is having to go to court. But so far as we found out, every case has won. If you think you may have been affected by this, then it's best to get some legal advice on it, but the compensation could be quite a large sum, so it's certainly worth checking out. And finally, look out, there's a bogus gas man about. Bogus gas men have been out and about again recently in the area, especially in the Lecrin Valley. They will turn up at your door, claim that you need to have an up-to-date gas inspection and certificate for your gas bottle and connectors. What they will do is they will simply replace your regulator and hose. All the hoses will have an expiry date on them anyway, so it's easy for you to check. And then charge you around 250 euros for changing what is essentially a 15 euro regulator and hose. They'll often appear a few days after a new owner has bought a house. Where they're getting this information, we're not sure, but as often happens in Spain, I'm sure there's a brown envelope making its way somewhere. They will have what looks like an ID badge and claim to be from one of the gas companies. They are not. Please be aware that no genuine gas company does this, and so if you get a knock on the door from them, just say no, call the local guardia to let them know it's happening, and hopefully that will start to put them off. So there's a quick roundup of the latest news and events in the local property market area. Do look out for more videos coming this month with latest updates. And if you have any questions or want to know any information on the local property market, don't hesitate to get in touch. We're always here to help. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.